Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Daysies, which I guess is the name of this podcast now. Made after the first episode because I thought that would be a cool name. So, guess we're doing Daysies. It's a day, and it's inspired by the movie Daysies, which I enjoy. Anyways, we are just jumping straight into this episode, and there's so many things to talk about. I have so many topics I want to bring up, but I can't do everything in a single hour. I need to make it so that there's different episodes because there's so many things to talk about. And now I'm already freezing up. I already forgotten what I want to talk about. That went quick. I just froze up now. I should probably have written down the main topics I wanted to talk about, but I haven't, which sucks. I can talk about my fuck, man. I already forgot. Jesus, holy shit! I'm just actually banking right now, which is awesome because now I just got a freestyle, which is even better. I love that. I am okay. God damn. I went on a run recently, 2 days ago, to be surprised by the fact that in Denmark right now it's just constantly raining. It's just rain and rain and rain and rain, and it doesn't stop. It's really depressing at the moment. I'm looking at my window right now, and it's just water. It's just fucking wet. Because the temperature is cold and it's wet, and it's a little bit hot inside, so it's condensing on the window. So it's just, everything is just wet all the time. And sometimes it might be a good thing to be wet, but I don't like it when the weather is wet and it's humid in the air. It's annoying, and it's quite honestly depressing. I can't really deal with it. But back to what I was trying to get to. I went on a run, and I just went on my normal route around the small water. It's not even small. It's like the big hole with water inside. I'm again freezing up on the name. It's a pond, but it's not really a pond because it's huge. But yeah, it's like about 10 kilometers around the whole thing, which I guess is like 7 miles or something. And I like to run that route because I know about how long it is, and it takes me about an hour to run. And it's a perfect route. But I went on my run, and everything was going just great. And then at 7 kilometers into the run, I can't run anymore. Not because I did have to take a break halfway through because my legs got fucked up, but that's not the point. I tried to go back to running, and then I stopped up because the road were just filled with water. You couldn't walk because I think the water would go up to my ankles, if not over, even longer up my legs, if I actually if I just followed my normal route by the road, the pathway. And I couldn't do that, so I needed to think quick and okay, I need to find another route. And luckily I have ran that route many times, and when you're running you can't do much else but to look around. So I knew subconsciously that if I went to the side and then just went some random housing area street, I would most likely end up back on the road, just basically walk around the water. So I managed to get back to the road pretty quickly with no problem. So oh yeah, I knew it. I'm fucking sick. I'm the best person around because I know where to go on the road. You know? Should I turn on the mic? I can't turn off the mic. Uh, but yeah, I knew for a certain fact that I was smart. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm doing this. I know the route. I managed to get around without even knowing. I just knew, which is pretty badass, if you ask me. But yeah, I continued back on the road, and everything went great. Like, I was and then I went over the bridge on my road, and then fuck me, isn't the fucking last path to get like on the road back home filled with water. So I was like, oh no, I had like run about 8 kilometers, and the path is like supposed to, you need to go around, and I shouldn't probably do too much visual like things, because in case somebody's listening, not on video. It is on video, by the way, for those interested in that. But yeah, I was like 8 kilometers into the run, and if I didn't get over that water path, I I don't know how long. If I couldn't go back, then it would be 8 kilometers again, and that would be fucking crazy. But luckily there were some other guys running, and they also were supposed to go over that fucking over watered pathway. And they said like, oh, whoa, I know a route. They said that to each other. So I was like just following them, like a couple miles, not miles, but a couple 100 meters back. Just followed the same way they went. And luckily that way ended up on like a big main highway. So I was like, fuck this, I'm just going to run along the highway. And I managed to get home. The run became a bit longer, took longer time to finish, but that's just what happens, right? You can't really do much about that. But I got home. That was like the most important thing. I was really scared that I would end up having to, probably I would have to run, because if I were to walk back the 8 kilometers, or just like 5 kilometers, that would still take me like an hour to walk 5 kilometers. So that would make my planned 1 hour run into like a 2+ hour run / walk. And yeah, and I go to bed early. So if I like push the time, I would probably be 1 hour late to bedtime. And I cannot be 1 hour late to bedtime. I probably should learn to get over my bedtime, because waking up early and going to bed early isn't like the best thing, to be honest. Mainly just because it's hard to hang out with people when you are like, oh, we're meeting up at like 6, and then you're there for like 1.5 an hour, and you're like, yo, I'm kind of tired. I need to go to bed. Like, there's 30 minutes till I have to sleep. And you're just been there for like 1.5 an hour, and you're barely getting to know people. Because you're fucking so stuck up with going to bed early, like some dumb idiot. While they're still like having fun. So I need to like learn to like get over the hump of going to bed early. Because people romanticize going to bed early a lot, and like waking up super duper early. I have a hard time not doing it, and sometimes it's kind of miserable. Sometimes it's good, because I wake up early and I make food and eat breakfast, which I haven't made. The food I make are breakfast, of course. But yeah, I do that, and sometimes if I have the energy or just wake up the right way, I'm like starting to edit my videos and work on school projects and do tons of shit. But normally I just end up like watching TV shows and wasting my time on YouTube, like watching videos, which you don't really feel great after that. But I get to the gym early, so it kind of is nice, because I get workout finished quickly in the morning. But still, it's awful to like wake up super early. But nobody's awake. Normally, I have experienced so many times that people I know message me like in the middle of the night for them, and I have just woken up, and they're like, "Oh shit, I haven't even gone to bed, and I'm already awake," which I hate. Sometimes it's annoying, but especially like because everything in society is function around like you do stuff late at night with people. That's when most social activities happens, and if you go to bed early, you're kind of fucked. You don't really like get into social activities because while everybody's out having fun and drinking, you are in bed, probably already sleeping. Which, yeah. People should stop romanticizing waking up way too early. I think sometimes. I don't know. I might have to just find a better balance, but it's an issue. Holy shit! I jumped on a totally different subject from my water trail thing. I keep forgetting words. Like there's so many like important words that like can like make everything so much easier for me to explain, but all of a sudden I just forget it. It's gone. And it's not only English I have the issue, it's also in Norwegian. I just forget the word completely. I'm like, what the fuck is that word? I know the word, but I just forgot. I just don't know it anymore. And it's so annoying because you know that you at least used to know it, but all of a sudden when you actually need to say it, you just can't. It's non-existent in your vocabulary, and yeah, that's fucked. But when I went on the run and everything was like just fucked up with water, yeah, I got home. But yeah, 2 days later, I went on a bike trip where I also take the same route as my running route, but I just do it twice because I found like half my route. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I'm talking like my tongue is like it's up. Fuck off. No, like my walking route are half of my running route, and my running route is the whole route. And when I route, Jesus, I'm saying like Ruth, like the name. I'm not saying root. Goddamn English, you goddamn language. I love it, but fuck me. But yeah, my running route. There, I did it. When I take my bike, I do double, and then it takes like the same time. So all of them take like an hour, but I just take half when I walk, do the whole thing when I run, and then I do it twice when I take my bike. So I did my bike, and this time it was impossible to like even go the route. Jesus, man, fuck. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for you to have to listen to me struggle saying words. That was not the point of this podcast. I just wanted to talk about things that excite me, and now I'm just stumbling in my tongue. And I'm so sorry that you have to listen to this. But I'm also sorry that I keep jumping off the subject. I need to get better structure. I had a structure in mind, but as soon as I hit record, all of a sudden I'm just, what the fuck? What the fuck am I going to talk about? I forgot. Oh my god, I have nothing to talk about. But I went into this episode like, oh, I have so many things to talk about, but I don't. I mean, I do. I know I have many things, but I just forgot them now that I'm at the spot. I just forgot. Fuck. But yeah, I went on my bike, and the route that I normally take was now impossible to take, because not only was the water had risen even more, like way more, like basically the whole trail was underwater. So I couldn't even take my bike, even though you're like leveraged above the water. I would still get like fucking soaking wet on my feet if I tried, because when you move in water with a bike, for example, most likely it would like go up and you will get wet, no matter what. So now I couldn't take the route at all. So I just took an alternate route and took my bike into the city and then back. Not as exciting as taking my trial, because I was so excited to take my bike yesterday. It was yesterday to drive that route, because I had just watched Suspiria, the one from 1977, the movie, which was really cool visually. The dialogue was awful, but I had just watched the movie, and I was so excited to take my bike and drive through the forest, because my route also are through some forest areas, and the bike trail are like super cool because there's a few turns and stuff, and the forest looks awesome, especially in the evening. It's completely dark, there's no light, so I was like super prepared to go through those woods after watching the movie, because it was scary. It's a horror movie, so it's a bit eerie, and I just wanted to like experience this because I'm a bit psychotic, I guess. So I had like a headlight on my head, and I was so ready to bike through the forest and just feel the eeriness of the forest, but I couldn't because of the water and the rain, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps on raining, and it's always wet and humid in the air. And every time I go out, because I want to just go to the store, I want to just take a walk because I love to walk. I love it. I listen to so many podcasts and listen to music, and I like to run outside. I never run on a treadmill. The same with my bike. I never bike inside. I want to do it outside. But now it's just always raining. It's just always wet. And even if there's like no current rain, if I go outside, most likely they are going to rain. And yeah, it's hopeless. I don't know what to do about it. And when it isn't raining, most likely when I go outside, the rain that is going to inevitably come is like super tiny. It's like the small tiny raindrops which go super quickly, but you don't necessarily like feel it that much, but you get soaking wet from it. It's like it's covering you because the rain is so light, and with the help of wind, for the ones that know me from before know how much I hate the wind. With the wind, the super like light raindrops just flies around you and just soaks you. And yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible to be an outside person during these conditions. I don't know. I think I would blame inflation. It's definitely the economy and the social structures of capitalism that is the cause of the weather currently. And it's just awful. It's horrible. And I would just blame all the current politicians for this. And I just know that some people, if there are people going to watch this, that's going to be like, take this so serious, like, oh my god, he's so right. You know what? It is the economy, and it is fucking capitalism that have caused all this pain in the weather. Like, that's why it's snowing, and that's why it's raining, and that's why there's intense wind. It's because of the current state of the government. And some people might look at that and think, oh my god, he's so fucking dumb, and think I'm serious about that. But headlines. I'm not serious about that at all. I don't believe that capitalism is the cause of the weather. I know it's just the weather. I'm not dumb. A little bit. I'm a bit like brain damaged. I think everybody is. That's a real like fucked up thing to say. I think like everybody's a bit brain damaged. We are a little bit crazy. I'm a bit goofy. I'm a goofy girl. No, I'm not. Neither. But God, I don't even know what this is. This the Gibble Gabble podcast. Where we oh my! I just made some coffee. You probably see me sip in my cup if you're watching, and my machine just turned itself off, which it does. I guess to save power, and so I don't. You probably don't even hear it, so I'm just sounding crazy. But yeah, the economy. Am I right? What a joke. Okay, it's not going to be political. I'm not touching political subjects yet. Not this early in the podcast lifespan. I think it would probably kill it, or it might like fuel it. I might actually like gain like a crazy amount of followers because I'm talking so much politics, but probably not. Or I don't think I want that audience either. It's scary to mess with the political audience, especially if you start to weigh in on American politics. I think that's scary. I don't know how to fix that, but nah. But some of the nice thing about going out to a bike yesterday was because I didn't know this, but Taylor Swift released her. Now it's touching Taylor Swift territory. Released her 1989 Taylor's version album, which I didn't expect. I just, oh shit, it's out already. I think of all the Taylor's version I have waited for, it's this album, because it's the album that introduced me to her, and I think it's my favorite album of hers. Yeah, I just really like it. And when I listened to it yesterday on my bike, I just realized like, oh my god, I kind of actually like Taylor Swift. but she has had like so much momentum lately because of her new versions, and especially the Eras tour, which I'm, to be honest, really glad I didn't like even try to enter or get in. Not that I could, because she didn't perform in Norway, but I'm glad she didn't. From the prices that I've seen, I think like people paying like $800 minimum for the concert. No, thank you. I thought that 2,500 for. No, wait. Now that's not right. I thought $250 for the weekend VIP package were expensive, but Taylor Swift is up here just charging people $800 a piece just for normal tickets. I think that's wild. That's fucking crazy. That's too much. I don't even dare to. I really want to actually like see the tour on the big screen in cinemas, but I don't really know people here in the city, and I don't have anybody to see it with. And from what I have seen, it seems like the vibe in the cinema is pretty crazy for that tour, and like people go up in the front of the cinema to dance and sing along, which I think would be amazing if I knew people, but I don't know people. So if I would go to watch it, I would just sit there and watch it. I would probably enjoy it so much, but I would just sit there while everybody's having fun in the front, and I feel like I would just it would just be creepy for me to just sit there. But I also want to kind of watch the tour. It would be fun because, like, after she released the new album, or her version, yesterday, I realized how much I kind of like her. But I have had been unsure because of her other earlier albums which have been released. Because controversial take, it's not really my thing. I don't think it should be controversial either. Swifties, don't come at me, okay? I'm half part of you too. Because I like 1989. I hope I'm saying it the right number. But I like that. I like Lover. I like Reputation, and I like Midnight. But I'm not like crazy about Evermore or Folklore. I don't remember. I kind of like Red, like half of Red, I think. But other than that, I don't fuck with her earlier stuff. I'm sorry, but everything else is just great. Her new stuff, like after 1989, I like most of. So I guess I'm kind of a Swiftie. I guess so, if I think about it. But her new album, not really new, is great. I've already listened to it like 3 times. Yesterday, this morning at the gym, and even a little bit like after the gym. So a lot. I listened to her album quite a lot, actually. Yes. And yeah, it's nice. It's just nice to like listen to music that you listened to so much before, and you're now listening to it again, like it was, like it's new. It's kind of feeling like the old times when you first listen to the album. It's something fun with that. It feels like it's new again, which is awesome. So thank you, Taylor. You're probably never going to see this, but thank you so much for re-releasing or dropping your version. How do you say it? Again, the words. Yeah, I'm glad you did. That was the one that I was most excited about. So it's out. So yeah, I might cop some merch. I don't know. It's pretty expensive. She really likes to price her stuff a lot, and I don't have money for that kind of things. Sadly, I wish. I have always wanted to like buy some Taylor Swift merch, but I don't really like her designs that much. They are kind of bad. I don't know about you. I feel like some people would like say it's oh my god, it's like it's nostalgic. It's nice. I like the design. It's like retro, vintage. But I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of misses in her merchandise. But I found like I saw some things from her 1989 collection which I actually liked, that I probably would buy and would actually wear. But it's still so fucking expensive. And I can't really. and I had to wait so long for it to arrive and even be shipped, which is also like a turn off for buying merch. But I don't know. It's Taylor Swift though. It would be cool to have it and wear it. But I don't know. I don't know, guys. Can you like send me money and then I can buy it and I can review it? That's a good idea. I think we should do that. What do you think? Would you be game? Maybe? No? Okay. Okay. But yeah. Other than that, I have okay, let's change the subject completely again. I finished Spider-Man this weekend. Like basically the release weekend, I guess you can call it. Yeah, I finished the game, Spider-Man 2, I mean. I liked it. I don't disagree with a lot of the reviews from like the main channels. But I have like heard some like singular people talk about how it's kind of just the same, which I guess I don't really disagree with, but it still feels fresh and nice and new, and it runs really smoothly. I really enjoyed the story, and I kind of had forgotten how attached I kind of am to the Spider-Man universe. I know surprisingly a lot about Spider-Man lore. I didn't know that. I have played all the games, like the new one, Insomniac Games, but I had totally forgotten how much I actually knew about Spider-Man. I have also seen all the movies, but still, I am constantly surprised about how much I'm sorry, actually know about Spider-Man. So it was really fun. It feels like there was a lot of passion in the story and in a lot of the different items that you could gather and the suits you could wear. It felt like it was made with love, and it was nice. And I hadn't like played a game in a while. It was pretty short, so it wasn't like a long time I spent playing it, but it was kind of nice to like dive into a new character and just kind of live life through another character again. Because I constantly never play games anymore. I just lost touch with video games. They don't excite me as much as they used to for 5 years ago, and it's kind of sad to some degree, but it's also a little nice because I'm not wasting time, because that's what I'm feeling like I'm doing when I play games. I feel like I waste time, a lot of time. I don't see the value in grinding in a game because I just feel like I'm wasting valuable time on doing repetitive motions in a video game. Where, okay, what I'm going to say now is probably going to sound a little bit like something that Andrew Tate would say, because he have said it. I know that, but I have had this mindset before he like started to grow up recently. I really don't like the guy, just so you know. But I would rather like level up myself than to level up some in-game character. So when I play a game, I play it for the story, and then I kind of just throw it away. I'm finished with it. I don't need to like find all the different hidden items and level up my character to like the highest level. I would rather spend time like, oh Jesus, I'm saying like a lot now. I've just all of a sudden got super conscious about me saying like, so now I'm like, again, I did it. Now I'm constantly like hearing myself saying it. I'm so sorry. I didn't. But yeah, I would rather level up myself. Spend time in the gym, work out, and be active. Work on my subjects, be more creative. I definitely need to keep on making videos and try to film more podcast episodes because I constantly think about it. It's constantly on my mind. I just want to create. And the last few days, I finally actually recorded a new video, which I will upload in not too long. It's finished editing, but I realized how much happiness I gained from just recording and then editing. Just knowing that I had that going on, it like subconsciously just made my mornings better, just made my days better, and just made my mood better overall. Just knowing I actually made something and had something in the works just really fueled my happiness and joy. So I need to keep on doing that and not spend time playing games. Maybe I play a game for a video, but I kind of doubt that I would do that so much because I don't really enjoy making videos if I'm recording them, because then all of a sudden it feels like something else. Then I'm not enjoying it as much, I think, maybe. But I do want to enjoy it. So I just play single player games when new stories release for the story. And then I make videos separately. I think that's a great difference. So, yeah. Don't play so many video games. Stop grinding. No need for that. Maybe play like a round or two of a game if you want to a day. I do that sometimes. I still play Fortnite. I do. I'm sorry. I still do. And but I don't play that many rounds. I like play 1 to 2 rounds a day, and then I'm kind of fed up. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't need to do this anymore, and then I just continue doing something else. I think that's a great balance, actually. You get to play a little bit without like wasting too much time doing it. So, and I think that's good advice, in my honest opinion, at least. But yeah, Halloween is around the corner. Am I right? It's spooky time, and this episode is probably going to release way too close to Halloween for this to have any Halloween theme. That's why I haven't even like done too much about Halloween now, because it's too late, to be honest. I'm now trying to catch up with watching horror movies because I haven't done that all October at all. I just done it now recently, where I watched Halloween for the first time earlier this week. I've started to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. I have watched, as I said, Suspiria for the first time from 1977. And I also watched Rocky Horror Picture Show, which is a classic. I watched that before. That's just a fun movie. Just fun. It's just fun to watch. You should watch it. Everybody should watch it, I think. It's just fun. Fun and stupid. And I currently have on my list to watch The Exorcist. I have yet to watch it. I know. I need to watch it. I call myself a film buff, but then I haven't even watched The Exorcist. And I haven't even watched The Shining. I know. What the fuck am I even, like, doing here? But I am reading The Shining right now. So my plan is to finish The Shining book. It's going to take a while, I'm guessing. But after I read it, I'm going to watch the movie. But yeah, I'm planning to watch The Exorcist. And then I'm also planning to watch Friday the 13th. The Void, I put in my watch list. I want to rewatch The Babadook because it's fucking amazing. At least my memory of it. It's really funny. I like the decent horror movies, but mainly the most like on my list of horror movies right now to watch till Halloween is basically just everything on streaming, because I don't want to bother actually paying for a movie now. I've paid too much for movies like the last week or 2 weeks ago. I bought a few movies because it was on sale, and I don't want to do that no more. I'm also going to the cinema tomorrow to watch The Creator in IMAX, because my local cinema had like a cinema day where they had all the tickets for like $10 for like any seat. So I'm watching The Creator in IMAX in like the luxury seats for for like €10. Like 10. Jesus Christ, man. The language and all the currency is fucking me up. I'm watching it for $10 tomorrow in like the luxury seat in IMAX, which I'm looking forward to. I heard that the movie is filmed with it's not cheap, but a cheaper camera. It's a more entry-level camera. It's the Sony FX3, I think. It's like $5,000, which is nothing compared to what kind of cameras they normally use in big production movies. So I think that would be cool to see, because I heard it's pretty decent. Like the cinematography and the whole VFX of the movie is supposed to be pretty amazing, especially for the camera that have been used. So I'm looking forward to experience that. I've heard the story isn't the greatest, but sometimes you just gotta ignore the story and just enjoy it for the other parts, you know? Same with Suspiria. Let's go back to that. The movie's dialogue and story and script was god awful. I hated it. It was so distracting during so many parts of the movie, but it still was an enjoyable movie because that wasn't really like the part of the movie. It was more an abstract movie, and the colors of the movie was more important. The lighting and the set design and the cinematography was what was like made the movie. And I think sometimes that's just how some movies are. You don't necessarily watch them for the script, but you watch them for something else, which makes like kind of weigh in more for the movie. I definitely think that movies should have all the things together and everything is great, but sometimes you just gotta kind of just let it be what it is, and let it be just a bad script, but it looks amazing. And I think I can also like point to Blade Runner 2049 actually with the same thing, because I do think halfway through the movie is pretty boring, and it kind of get like hard to watch, but still everybody knows how amazing the cinematography in Blade Runner is. It's so beautiful. The set design and everything about it is just chef's kiss. It's a mwah, mwah, I can't get over how beautiful the movie is. But the story gets boring, and the camera keeps on characters, and the dialogue or the conversations way too long, which makes it so hard to actually concentrate on the screen. Though that might be attention span issue again, which often is the issue nowadays, because nobody got attention span for anything anymore, which is not so great. But that might be some of the issue, but I don't think it's all of the issue. So, but yeah, it was still fucking great. Great movie, both of them. Suspiria and Blade Runner, and all of them great movie. And I'm looking forward for the creator. I think it will be good. I was talking about cinema again. I also watched Killers of the Flower Moon last week in the cinema. I was half asleep during 2/3 of the movie because, again, it was extremely slow. The world building took way too long, in my opinion. It was still enjoyable because of the last 1/3, last third of the movie. That was great. Then I was actually captured, but the beginning was slow. It was hard to concentrate, and I was half asleep during some of those parts because it was a bit of a drag. But it got better as soon as I guess his name is Jesse, isn't it? The actor. When he jumped on screen, the movie got great. The detective in the movie, the one from FBI, that's who I'm talking about. When that whole thing started to happen, then the movie really got good. But other than that, the movie was kind of boring. I'm sorry, Martin. I know you like movies and are really fond of them, and I can truly see that he is a guy who knows cinema and really loves it. But that movie was a little boring and was way too long. Same with The Irishman. It's a bit long, but I respect you, Martin Scorsese. Anyways, despite the fact, because you have made some great movies in the past, and you still make great movies, but there's just some aspects of it that might be a bit long. It's a bit long, and I know that you know that I'm not the only one that thinks that. It's universal, I think. Most people have realized that this man is making way too long movies. It's too long. Nobody got the concentration for that. You should make miniseries now. That would be, I think, better. Do like fucking Quentin Tarantino did with The Hateful Eight, and make fucking a miniseries on Netflix with extended cuts. That I think would work out. maybe. I never watched the extended cut of The Hateful Eight because that movie was a bit long. It's a long time since I watched it though, but it was a bit long. A lot of conversation again, but it's still a fun movie. Everything is great. Most of the things are great. Yeah, but yeah, I think I've covered so many things now already, which is pretty impressive from the beginning of the episode, where I was so lost. I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but I managed to collect my thoughts and actually say what I had planned to, because I did plan to talk about all of these things, but I just had forgotten it. But my conversational skills to myself did, like, now it's fucking up again. But yeah, I think it was I managed. I did manage. Next episode, I know what I'm going to talk about next episode, which is my Italy tour or trip. It's not really a tour. My trip to Italy with my class, which happened 2 weeks ago now. I didn't want to talk about this now because of Halloween and all the other things I wanted to talk about, like Spider-Man and the movies and Halloween and Taylor Swift. But next week, or next episode, I'm talking about my Italy trip, where I went to Milan, I went to Verona, and I went to Venice. All in the span of 5 days, or 6 days. So that would be the next episode. So now you have something to look forward to, or if you're watching this after I already posted it, then you can just jump over to it, and you have something to get excited about to listen to in like 1 minute. Or you just wait for the next episode. But anyways, hope you look forward to it, and I hope you enjoyed this one. I actually really enjoyed to make this one, and it was fun. So I will talk to you guys later. So thank you so much for watching me. I'm your host, Daniel, of Daysies. Yeah, thank you. Check out my channel, and yeah, have a great day. Bye bye.